Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, The Frame Shop, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.
Hello friends, and welcome to Lancaster Festival Live. I'm Paul Jasson, your host. Thank you for joining us on what, at least at noon here as we are live downtown, is just a beautiful day in downtown Lancaster. We're over by the fountain and the sculptures. I'm able to look and see that. And wherever you are, if you still can get downtown, we have entertainment across the street, which you'll be able to get here. That's on for another half hour, 45 minutes. So, and Lancaster Festival Live will be here each and every day, Monday through Friday. So we're anxious to have you with us as we begin just another great year of activities and guests and just all kinds of good times down here live. Let's open the show with one of our first guests last year. And I believe you said this may have been the first interview you did a year ago as a brand new president and CEO of Fairhope Hospice. Let me introduce again the president and CEO of Fairhope Hospice and a star on the basketball team of the Wright State Raiders, Kristen Glazier. Kristen, welcome.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Paul. Boy, that was some introduction.
Well, it's everything I could jam in one breath right
guess,
there. And just as you wrote it for me, I want to say. Kristen, again, is with Fairhope Hospice, one of the great places in town in Lancaster and Fairfield County. What's new out there now as you begin your second year?
Yeah, thank you for last year when I had the chance to be here with you. It was my very first appearance as president and CEO, and so it felt I was excited, I was nervous, I was anxious, but here we are 1 year later and things are going great, and I'm happy to be back here and just happy to spread the word about Fairhope Hospice.
I often tell people I don't know anybody that works in a business where I've never heard a bad word about them, but I will say that about Fairhope Hospice. Everyone I talk to who've had any experience, and usually it's at a time of not great feelings for the family or friends when you're there at the most difficult time, but to a man and to a woman, it's always good things about Fairhope Hospice. You and your staff, they just do an incredible job.
Oh, thank you, Paul, for those kind words. You know, our team is really special. They all have sort of a passion for what they do. Often they'll say they're called to do this kind of work, and I believe that they are. You know, when someone approaches the end of life, we have one chance to do this right and to take good care of them, and that's really what we strive to do every day.
I used to talk to Rick Schneider, your outgoing PR man for forever and a day up there. He's retired now, but Rick always talked about there was never anything that a patient or a family member would request that they weren't able to do, no matter what it was, from a cheeseburger to a pizza to tickets to some. I mean, it's just incredible the way Fairhope Hospice bends over to help a family in a very difficult time.
Well, there's a lot of pieces to getting through and working through this end-of-life care. There's compassion, there's dignity, but there's also just those pieces of closure. And you know, sometimes it's really important for a family to have that one special thing for us to help them with, and when we can do that, we are just really honored.
I don't know that everyone knows. It took me a while to figure out what Fairhope Hospice meant. I thought it's a great name. I like the name, Fairhope Hospice, good name for a hospice, but it actually has meaning. It
does. So Fairhope stands for the counties that we represent. Fairfield, Hocking, and Perry. Someone was very creative when they came up with that. You know, we service a lot of counties surrounding Fairfield County as well, but those are the three counties that we kind of started with, and we built this great agency around.
And we go up there to where your office is, up off of Sells Road, up there, up almost at the top of the hill. What a beautiful, serene setting for a family member, if that is what's needed, if they need to come to you. It is just a beautiful place. You have just wonderful things going on there.
We're so fortunate to have that. You know, there's 38 acres there. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's just full of wildlife. We have trails. We have a beautiful shelter house that we can take our patients out there, our families out, just let them be where they want to be at that important time. So we're very fortunate to have that.
And you now have, as of a few years ago now, 2 beautiful buildings up there that you call home.
We do. The Anita M. Turner Center is from a gracious donation of Anita M. Turner's family that allowed us to really build our grief center. That's a special place for families. You know, we follow families 13 months after the loss of their loved one. And so oftentimes we will have families come in and do just some groups, some sessions, some support. So that building has really been amazing for us.
Now is your, and I'll guess at this, is your email address fairhopehospice.org?
You are correct.
Okay, well, lucky me. And what's the phone number if somebody would want to call?
The number that someone can call is 740-654-7077, and it's just really important for them to know that they can make that one call and let us really take it from there and do all the hard work. You know, that it's hard to make that first call. We'll take it from there.
I'm with Kristen Glazier, who is the president and CEO of Fair Hope Hospice, and here we are at this beautiful festival downtown. Lots of nice music that we'll hear from in a little bit behind us. Are you able to take in very much of this? I know you have a lot of commitments with other fairs that are going on around the community and lots of things. Are you able to get to do much?
Yeah, this is awesome. I love being down here at this time. It's beautiful. It's a great day, as you said. The art walk is really important because we were able to, as you mentioned, Rick Schneider now has his second book out, and he was able to have a stand at Fairfield Federal just to promote the books, talk about hospice. We had some artwork there, so it was really a good time. And then next weekend, I will be at the concert with Billy Currington. I'm excited about that.
It's going to be a great concert. We've got Deb Connell on later in the program, and we'll talk to her about that. But gee, thanks for joining us. It's been a year. We've had you on several times throughout the year. Always a tremendous amount of activity out there at Fair Hope Hospice. You've always got things going on, not only there, but around the community.
Absolutely.
So thanks for what you and your staff and certainly your volunteers do. You've just got some great people up there.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thanks for having me on
today.
today.
Kristen Glazier, who is with Fair Hope Hospice, the president and CEO. And she was talking about coming up this week will be Billy Currington, but last Saturday night, Rick Springfield put on a fabulous show out at the OUL Wendell Center out there, and here's a little bit of Rick.
Stay, we got, baby, please, I can't please, on my knees tonight. No, baby, you don't look that nervous when you bite your lip. You keep them open when we kiss, you're a hypocrite. You got my body dancing tangos in 3/4 time. This angel's gonna spread her wings tonight. Just thinking what you might be like. There's heaven in your eyes tonight. Down below, it's burning bright. Baby, stay, we got. How long? We got. Baby, please, I can't please. On my knees tonight. Tonight. Violin solo. Baby, I can feel your heartbeat. Can't you feel the heat? Baby's got cold feet. Fire below. Baby, stay, we got. Oh, baby, stay, we got. How long? How long? We got. Baby, please, I can't please. On my knees. What?
And we'd like to thank the great folks at Buckeye Lake Marina for bringing that highlight of Rick Springfield to you. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Learn more at buckeyelakemarina.com. We are downtown live at Lancaster Festival time. It's a beautiful time to be down here. If you haven't made it down, you want to come down today. Plenty of time, lots of things going on behind us at the bandstand. We'll talk about that later. It's a beautiful day down here. And again, we're here all week, Monday through Friday, with our live shows starting at noon. Pleasure to have with us now one of our local boys, the Ohio State Senator, Tim Scheffler. Tim, welcome.
Well, thank you, Paul. It's great to be here, and it's great to be at the Lancaster Festival.
Well, you've grown up with this, so you know it from the very beginning, being a young man coming through
Pretty much.
Lancaster High School and Mount Union. You remember this from the get-go, so it's really grown up here since you remember it in the early days.
It has. And, in the early days, it was a fantastic program then, too. But after 30-some years, of course, we just congratulated the orchestra on 35 years this past Saturday night. But this event has grown into so many different things, so many activities. There is really a lot of somethings for everyone. And I tell you, this is a time when I bring friends to town, bring colleagues to town. We had a fellow state senator with us and his wife Saturday night. We love showing off the Lancaster Festival.
You get a lot of points for doing that, Tim. You've got something that no one else has.
That's right.
Tim Scheffler, our Ohio State Senator, is with us, and we'll have to stop meeting like this because this is the second time in about 4 days I've had the pleasure of being around Tim. I was fortunate to be invited to the event last Friday up at Dumontville, right there at the corner of 188 or 158 and Gender Road. Mm-hmm. An amazing opportunity there that you did. Were able to get a sign put up for a young man that passed away. It's been 3 years ago, hard to believe, mm-hmm. but Sergeant Joe Coletti.
That's right. We want to do all we can for Sergeant Coletti and make his memory live on. This is an American hero who gave up everything, gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms and for us. And no better time than Lancaster Festival Week coming up on it to do that, I think, to really show his family and his friends. And he had a lot of military colleagues from the fort down in Kentucky to say thank you and, for the whole community, like I said in the remarks, to wrap our arms around him and make sure that we never forget. People who travel that highway will never forget. They'll know there was a hero from Fairfield County named Sergeant Joey, they love to call him Joey, Coletti.
He was a remarkable young man, and I know if you just go up Main Street Hill or over the hill on what is the Amstutz building right there, they've got a nice memorial on the side, and if you look closely, the dog tags there have his name on it. So he's well remembered.
Absolutely, and that is the least we can do. And I got to give kudos to the Ohio Department of Transportation for being so willing to work with us and put the signs up and help with that ceremony. They helped with the traffic. They did a lot. And my staff in the Ohio Senate located the church. The church, Dumontville Methodist Church, was just fantastic. They said, yes, you can do it here. It's a good, safe place. And my gosh, we had over 100 folks there, I think.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. I had no idea what to expect, family, but then they had, like you say, some of his unit was there, friends, some other political folks were there, Dave Levacy from the county commissioner's office. How long does something like that, from the time you kind of got wind of that, is that like a 6-month thing to finally get that done?
A couple months, depending on the time of year. This time of year we don't have to deal with ice and snow. So, that can throw a real curveball at you sometimes if you do it in wintertime. But in the summertime, and everybody came together beautifully. So I was really pleased that everybody was there. The family turned out, and like you said, his unit. And these are bomb removal folks. This is a high-stress, really difficult job they have. And, just to interact with them and get to know them a little bit was fantastic because I felt like I was talking to Joey when I was talking to them and his parents.
I think it's worth mentioning, too, and you brought that up there. It was truly a bipartisan effort.
It was, yeah. Unanimous votes on this bill. Jeff Luray did the amendment in the House. So we were very, very pleased with all the unanimity on it, and everybody came together, and we just love to show our love for our veterans and for those who don't make it back, and show our love and respect.
I know you're on sort of a little summer letdown here. Things don't go on as heavily as they would other times of the year. What's happening now at the Ohio Senate?
Well, right now we're in our summer district work sessions, doing things like this, getting involved in festivals and things. And we want to make sure that we're connecting with our constituents. This is a great time to do it. They're outside, we're outside, we can meet people. At the art walk, for example, it's amazing how many people you see, and I had a couple of issues come to me at the art walk, so took note of them. We're going to get to work on those. So that's a good benefit to it. But we're also working behind the scenes on legislation. So I've got a couple bills coming up. You'll probably see them in the fall with introductions, but it takes a lot of back office time and work to put those things together and do all the legalese and all that sort of thing. So that's a lot of what we're working on.
We've got our guest today is our state senator, Tim Scheffler. And I don't know if you and your wife, Lori, get to many of the events. You'd mentioned Rick Springfield out there, and maybe the art walk you were too.
Yep.
Do you get to do much of this week, and will you be at the Billy Currington concert?
Yeah, sure will. Can't wait for it. It's going to be another fantastic time, and hats off to the Lancaster Festival board of directors, all the hundreds of volunteers. I will mention we got some amendments in the state capital budget the last couple of cycles, $100,000 this year, $35,000 2 years ago for their physical improvements. So the state of Ohio is heavily invested in the Lancaster Festival as well, and that's because we believe in it.
Well, it's just such a great asset to have a young man like you, Tim Scheffler, as our state senator. You're a local boy. I've been pleased to say I've known Tim since he was a junior high kid. His father was our pastor at our church, so I've watched him grow up and become a great politician, and you do such a great job there. Thanks for what you do for Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Well, thank you. I had a great mentor in my dad.
He was. Orange Scheffler was his father, a great guy. Thanks for being with us, Tim. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Paul.
it. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
You too.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this message.
When I volunteer, when I come over here, first thing I think about is my dad. But then also think about all the people that helped us when we were here.
Something brings me here, and I feel that it's my dad's spirit. He wants us here. He wants us to give back because of what I did for him. And I think that's helped me with a lot of my grief.
The support of the people here and the volunteers. That makes it a great place.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Lancaster Festival Live. Paul Jasson with you, and again, we'll be here each day, Monday through Friday at noon for 30, 45 minutes, however long it takes to get the message told about the wonderful Lancaster Festival. And it's always a pleasure to have with us Downtown Live, because you talk about somebody with a busy schedule during Lancaster Festival Live. It's our guest right now, Deb Connell, who's the executive director. I know you haven't had any sleep, but you look
Not
amazingly
much.
great for such
you.
little sleep.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on today. Always a pleasure.
Here we are a few days into this, well, not a week, but 4 or 5 days into this, living up to your high level of expectation?
Yes, absolutely. We've already had 5. Well, today's the 5th day, so after tonight, we're halfway through the Lancaster Festival already.
Who's counting?
So we've had Art Walk, we've had opening night with the orchestra. We had Rick Springfield on Saturday, which was a fabulous concert. So we are coming along nicely.
Let's kind of talk about those in order. How did the great opening up at St. Mary's Church go?
It was beautiful. It was the orchestra. We had our pianist Aldo Lopez Gavilan from Cuba. We had the full St. Mary Choir. We had 6 professional singers with them. It was the hair on my arms stood up. It truly did.
Yeah, such a wonderful concert, but in that venue, it just raises the bar.
It was a beautiful night. Lots of applause, lots of lingering standing ovations on Thursday night.
So we go to Friday and the Art Walk, and again, a terrific evening down here for that. Everybody was ready to have a good time.
It was, I think, record-setting attendance for Art Walk. That night we had 6 Foot Blonde on the stage, and they did a great rock show for us from 7 to 9. We had little pop-up performances everywhere, and of course the art in all of the businesses remains throughout the week. So if you didn't get down here during Art Walk, you can still come and check out the artwork.
One of them I didn't get to yet, and I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I will certainly this week, is the Gay Fest. It's something that's got a lot of buzz, which is worth seeing.
Absolutely. I had not seen it beforehand, and I was able to walk through on Friday night. And I was telling them, it is fabulous. It is like you're walking into a boutique in downtown New York in the middle of Lancaster. They've done a wonderful job with it. And I hope everybody goes in and makes their purchases, let them do custom things for you. I've already started talking with them about a custom Lancaster Festival piece for next year.
Does the work ever end?
No,
Is it
never.
always PR moving?
Never. Yes, absolutely.
Deb Connell, who's the executive director of the Lancaster Festival. So now we're up to Saturday night, and the buzz was really out there about Rick Springfield. He was ready to light it up.
He was so interactive with the audience that he came down off the stage into the crowd with his microphone singing and was moving from tabletop to tabletop through the concert. So talk about audience participation. It became a real a special night for all of us. And the orchestra played with him the entire concert.
Well, how wonderful was that? Because I am a big proponent of the Lancaster Festival Orchestra. We're seeing a little bit of it there.
Yeah.
He was just a wild man in the crowd.
He was great. The man is 72. He's in such great shape. I just couldn't believe how energetic and how true sounding he was, and what a wonderful performer.
Boy, and at that age to keep up that kind of schedule and to do the things he was able to do, that's pretty good.
That's pretty great, yeah.
Okay.
I have a whole new respect for Rick Springfield.
So now we're into the downtown concerts each and every day, Monday through Friday, and then you've got a lot of other things going on this week too.
Yes, absolutely. You might be able to hear the Festival Brass Quintet behind us on the stage. Yep, every day this week at noon there's a lunchtime performance. On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, there's also a children's performance at 10 a.m., all free to everybody. The food trucks open at 11 o'clock. Come down and spend the morning with us each day.
We're hoping for good weather. I think for the most part, things appear to be. I know you wouldn't allow anything else.
It's going to be great weather.
Yeah.
We don't need to worry. It's going to be great. Might be a little bit muddy, but it's going to be great.
It's just like a golf course. It never rains out there.
Never rains. No. There's a little umbrella right over the festival. So, yeah, even if we have a little rain, it's going to be okay.
So this is the 38th year for the Lancaster Festival. I know you saluted Gary and the Lancaster Festival Orchestra for 35
years.
35 years.
Since we built our own orchestra, 35 years since Gary has been our conductor. So it's a special year for us and for him, with lots of different highlighted events for the orchestra this year.
Do you still get the sense from Gary, and I know him just a little bit, not nearly like you know him, do you still get the sense that this many years into this, he's still as excited as he was from day one?
He is.
He seems that way.
Lancaster is a special place for him. This festival is a special festival for him, and he looks forward to it each year.
Did you get to much of the art walk on Friday night? I know you're pretty tied up with your duties, but did you get to a few things?
I did. I was able to make one entire lap around and visit about half of the places that I tried to get into.
How many art places were there, do you know?
There were more than 40 this year.
Wow.
And then the other places that may not be hosting art but had their own special displays or entertainment. So Art Walk was a wonderful evening.
And I want to mention another one that I mentioned, the Gay Fat Studios, how great that is. But my good friend Ed Kitchen has a display all week. He was there on Friday night, but he does a wonderful job. The artists are so appreciative of just this opportunity to show what they can do in such a huge crowd.
Absolutely. We have some wonderful artists in our community and in the regional area, and this is a place for them to come and shine. They don't get this opportunity very many places, And their artwork does stay all week, so we hope that you'll come down and check it out and buy a piece from a local artist this week.
You know, if you're Rick Springfield, everybody knows who you are, but if you're one of these 40 artists,
Right.
maybe not so much. So this is really a chance for them.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great week for them to have some exposure.
So the second half of the week moved pretty fast for you?
It does. It is a blur from here on out. We know we've got a great concert tonight with Byron Stripling and friends. And then Wednesday night we've got Elton Ron on the Wendell
Elton
concert
Ron.
stage. He's going to be great. He's on his way from Canada as we speak. So it's just going to be a whirlwind the rest of the week.
Well, congratulations. It's been incredibly successful so far, and I would say the second half looks every bit as good, if not better. So
Thank you.
have a great week. Thanks for everybody, your staff, and all the volunteers. They do such a great job.
Well, thank you for that, and I hope to see you at everything else left for the festival.
Everything else,
Every
I will be
concert
there.
left for
Everyone.
the
Thank you.
festival. Okay.
Deb Connell, Executive Director of the Lancaster Festival. And we talked about earlier Friday night, the great downtown Lancaster Art Walk. Let's see a little bit of sights and sounds of that. All right, the Art Walk, as Deb Connell said, was just a wonderful time to have by all down here on Friday night. Pleasure now to have with us the mayor of Lancaster, Dave Scheffler, and I know in talking to previous mayors and talking to you in previous years, this is one of the fun times. It's not all fun and games. Much as Dave would tell you, it is always a fun time to be the mayor. This is truly just a great time to be the mayor.
It is, no question. The show that the whole city puts on for this. It's just not the festival, but Destination Downtown Lancaster and Art Walk, as you've been talking about, and the concerts all over the city and in the mall and in the supermarkets and in other communities around. It's just wonderful. But by the end of by a week from yesterday, it's like, whew, it's time for a nap or something.
You sound like Deb Connell talking right there.
Really?
Ready for a nap.
Yeah,
That's the way
she's
she
probably
said.
ready for one already.
So it's an exciting time. You were out at the Art Walk. Did you go to Rick Springfield?
I went to Rick Springfield.
Everything Deb said it was?
Yes, it was. In fact, he stood on the table right beside our table. So, yeah. So I know he's the same age as I am. There's always a question, can he get down from there?
Can he get back up from there?
He got up on two different tables. Yeah, but there were plenty of people around. If he had tripped and fallen, he would never have hit the ground. But yeah, so it was a great night. The weather turned out perfect. The rain ended, and it was a little humid, but it was a great night. It was shirt sleeve weather and perfect.
No, I thought it was really nice, considering we had that rain early in the day and kind of brought up the hair on the arms, but it turned out to be a beautiful night.
Yeah, we watched the radar all afternoon.
The fireworks were fabulous
the
again.
Fireworks were astronomical. We had two ladies at our table who had never been before. They said, hey, if you want to invite us back next year, we're in.
You got permanent tickets
we
here.
got permanent tickets,
I got you.
right.
Lancaster Mayor Dave Scheffler is with us. And Dave, the festival's going on, and that kind of cuts through everything that goes on in the city for a week or two. But there are other things that are going on. Streets are continuing to get repaired. things in the city still happen.
Yeah, the summer paving program is finished, but we still have 2 projects to go that are separate grants. High Street and Perry Street will be, I think they're going to start August 22nd, is my understanding, on those 2 streets. And then South Broad Street, that has yet to go out to bid because it's federal money, and we have to jump through all the federal hoops, and there's something that's not going to come through until this Wednesday, so we can't go out to bid until after Wednesday. But that'll be coming also, and we hope to get that done yet this year, along with all the new sidewalks on South Broad Street, which we are able to leverage different grants to do a lot of good things in the city. South High Street and Perry is an OPWC grant, Ohio Public Works Commission grant, and there are 2 grants involved with the South High Street Corpo, the Central Ohio Planning Organization, through MORPC. Grant will be paying for the paving, and the sidewalks were paid for by CDBG grant, Community Development Block Grant. So we're able to put grants together and leverage funding from the state and the federal government to do a lot of good things for Lancaster. So,
and you just jogged my memory about something we hadn't talking about this, but I was just happened to be down here a few blocks in the south end the other day, and I was coming up through Winding and up in that area, and I saw some new buildings there I had never seen, some improvements I had never seen, across from where Wayne Bowman has his shoe repair. That's where I first noticed it.
Yes.
My classmate Danny Smith's father owned that home right there. That's gone, but then there's been some new improvements from Brad Hutchison that really picked up that end of town.
Yeah, the former Bunny Bike Shop
Yes.
is now completely rehabbed. The landscaping is in, all new roof on the building, new painting, new windows. It's just a wonderful trip down there. And then the gas station and former smoke or cigarette shop on further on the other side of the railroad tracks. Brad is redoing that. He still doesn't have a tenant, but I'm sure that's going to be a great location for somebody. But lots of things going on down there. The recreational vehicle business is putting screening in front of their parking lot, so there'll be plantings along there. Of course, the new sidewalks, and just a lot of things going on the south end of town that is really making that area just perk up considerably.
Boy, it looks so nice down there. I wanted to mention, too, we mentioned fireworks earlier. I was traveling down Wheeling Street the other day, and I'd heard that there was a roundabout there at George. I had not seen it. I didn't know what to expect, and I actually used it because I had to go around and ended up going on George, heading south on George. It worked well. It was pretty nice. It
works well. I know some of the local residents are taking some time to get accustomed to it, but it's great. We like to refer to it as a traffic calming device, since Wheeling Street is extra wide and it just got paved. And I can always tell residents the very first thing after they pave your street, all the potholes are fixed, but the next day we start getting calls from the locals about speeding. And so there was a traffic light at George and Wheeling. It was no longer warranted after the school was closed. So we needed to do something there. And the traffic calming device, or baby roundabout, was a good answer. And once everybody gets used to using it, it'll be a big hit, I'm sure.
You be down at the Billy Currington concert this weekend.
I certainly will be.
A lot more things for you to attend. You do something every day?
Pretty much every day. Art walk, Rick Springfield. We went to see Rent yesterday at OUL, which is
we'll talk to Victor later this week.
The talent that's on display there is just amazing. And not only are they Lancaster residents, but according to Victor Jones, they had some of their actors are from Athens and Logan, and they have widespread auditioning for that. But the talent was pretty amazing. And then tonight is a jazz concert at OUL.
That's right.
Wednesday night is
Elton
Ron, and then next Saturday, and lots thrown in between, like lunchtime out here.
Yep.
It's a great week.
We've only got about 30 seconds left, so we don't have much time to talk about it. But 6th Avenue is looking so good, down to just the bridge there by the park, and it looks like we'll be ready to go.
Right. If you saw my post over the weekend, there's actually a large piece of equipment down in that hole on 6th Avenue. It's kind of like, how did they get that in there?
How do they get it out?
How do they get it out? But hopefully that project will be wrapped up at it could be the end of August, I think. So, but 6th Avenue will be nice, and that end from Maple Street on down to the big intersection will be paved next year.
Well, there's just so many things still going on. We kind of lose track of it with the festival going on, but congratulations on all the improvements we see at all ends of the town. Things are happening. Enjoy the Lancaster Festival as the mayor, and I think I know you do.
I do, absolutely.
That's right.
Thanks,
and we
Paul.
talked about Dave Scheffler as our mayor. Glad to have him on with us here. Talked about every afternoon there's a nice bit of music that goes on behind us. Today it's the Festival Brass Quintet, as Deb Connell mentioned. Let's go hear a little bit of their performance. That clip of the Festival Brass Quintet was brought to you by the Fairfield County Parks District. They invite you to bring your family and friends to Smeck Park, a great place for picnics and enjoying the outdoors. Observe wildlife and experience the serenity of Waukena Natural Preserve. Walk through the forest and meadows on the trails of Manberg Park. Find these and more locations, information about everything at fairfieldcountyparks.org. We'll be back to take a look at the calendar for the Lancaster Festival in just a moment.
Hi, this is Larry Wentz of Olivedale Senior Citizens of Fairfield County. Our mission is to provide a friendly atmosphere for local senior citizens. We offer educational and recreational opportunities, promoting wellness and social activities for seniors in our local community. To achieve this mission, we count on local support like Buckeye Toyota's Buckeye Cares program. This month, Buckeye Toyota will make a generous donation with each car sold. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota.
The Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities is proud to support the Lancaster Festival. There are many different events and programs the Lancaster Festival offers for all to enjoy. The festival brings together many generations and provides ample opportunities for our vibrant community to connect and make lasting memories. Be sure to stop by Fairfield DD's Social Purpose Enterprise, Art and Clay on Main, and Square 7 Coffee House to cool off and enjoy a handcrafted beverage. See you at the festival.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in